But today we're going to actually learn about meditation. And Mondays are going to be all about quantum mind, hacking your reality, and quantum physics, mechanics, everything mind, how it works, how to hack the mind, that kind of thing. Now I just got this. I am not really sure if it's working right. So I'm going to try this. Hello. Okay. So I just wanted to say this is going to be kind of like a podcast, I guess, because I was going to do it more like I was going to talk into your ears. Do this like while I'm talking to you. I thought that would be really fun, because I was like, oh yeah, let's do it. And then I tried it and it didn't work. Alright, so I hope it works. But so I might just play with you. But I do want to say that since it's Mondays and I like alliteration, Tuesdays are Trauma Tuesdays, I was going to do Mondays is everything that starts with an M. Quantum mind, miracle mind. I just realized I didn't have that. Alright, so what I was going to say, okay, quantum mind, miracle mind, stuff like that. So today I want to talk about how to meditate, because meditation starts with an M, and we're all about the murmurs. So I'm going to talk to you in a kind of murmur, and we're going to try out this new Yeti, Blue Yeti, and see if it's better than what I've already got. I'm not sure if it is. Everybody else likes it so much, but I can't hear the difference. I can't hear it when it goes over there. Can you guys hear that? And it's different when I go over there. It needs to be, because that's why I bought it. And if it doesn't, then I don't know. But try this. Now we're going over here. And 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 now we're going over here. So, is it working? Whatever. My luck. I've got a long way to go. I want to have a killer set up. And I'm COVID poor. I got my stimulus check and I spent it on stuff for ASMR. Well, also for this channel, because I wanted to get back to YouTubing anyways. Let's go ahead. We're going to learn about meditation today, because it's Monday, and Mondays are all about M's, because we like alliteration. Ma for mommy, ma for my focus. Alright, so we're going to murmur into your ear, and we're going to murmur about this kind of information. Like my backdrop. I've got a long way to go. It's going to be awesome, guys. You just keep the vision. By the way, on Mondays, we're also to do manifestation. So we're gonna like miracle manifestations, like law of attraction, how to create your reality, the art of manifesting, visualization, Neville Goddard, reality transurfing. We're going to do all of that. I don't know if this is doing any work at all. Please let me know, because I was so excited. And if it doesn't work, I'll be very sad. Alright, so let's just get into this. I'm going to get into this Monday's talk. And it's going to be a discussion on how to meditate. If you guys don't know how to meditate, it is one of the best things in the entire world. So I'm going to just murmur, which means soft-spoken. I'm going to soft-speak. Do soft-spoken. Now, I'm still doing a lot of research on all this, and I gotta say, I still love all of this, and I'm learning so much. Like, I went to bed listening to Caroline ASMR, and then I discovered Alana ASMR, and then I discovered Oh, then I always end up with Zeitgeist. He's the best. So, and I really do like Gentle Whisperings. Yeah, she's great. So I like this community. It's really cool. I'm happy to jump in to help people sleep and relax and feel comforted and loved, etc. It feels like a big mommy, like a mommy and daddy, like a sound mommy and daddy that kind of curl you up and like rock you to sleep, doesn't it? It's kind of cool. I like it. Anyway, because I do care about your sleep. I do. So let's just go into how to meditate. We're going to talk about meditation, and we might go into like a 10-minute meditation after that. So welcome to Monday Murmurs. I'm Tanya Scott. I am the hypnotist, your focus, artist, musician. These Mondays are dedicated to the spirits who believe like life is meant to be magical and fun. It contains advanced viewpoints for the multi-dimensional human beings of the 21st century. Here we venture to share the mysteries of self and reality. Our primary purpose is to reawaken the fascination and awe towards life, to shatter your rigid belief systems and the ways of seeing the world. Our goal is to hack reality, unleash potential, and open unlimited possibilities of wealth, health, and relationships in your life, to explore the very mysteries of the universe itself. Today's episode, we're going to talk about meditation, why it's important, why to do it, what works, what doesn't, different kinds of meditation. It's interesting when you start to become like into hypnosis or a life coach, and you meet people that want to overcome or meet a certain goal. Almost every single time you find out that they don't meditate, and you want them to get them into some kind of practice of meditation, and they'll tell you, oh yeah, I'll do that, but then they don't. It's an interesting conundrum, and you have to find ways to coach people around meditation. Now, it's understandable. Many people are very resistant to meditation because it's boring. They don't have time to do it. Why should I do it? Especially if they're over a certain age range, they're just simply not going to do it. They're just so stuck in their habits and rituals of just sitting there. Just sitting there and meditating is just difficult. And I'm just here to tell you, while you can achieve your goals and dreams without meditating, meditation wraps it up and makes the possibilities exponential. It gives you a greater awareness. There's so many incredible benefits for meditation. It's not a be-all, end-all, solve all your problems. There are situations where people meditate and they encounter attack, like panic attacks and anxieties, but I just think they're doing it wrong, or they're coming from the wrong place, or they're not getting instruction. It is not the perfect solution to all of your problems, but I believe it's incredibly important. And a lot of times, a lot of people don't know how to meditate. They don't know what they're doing when they meditate, or they come to it with too many expectations. So I just want to talk a little bit about my experiences with meditation and what you can get out of meditation. So on future podcasts or future Mondays, you can understand what to expect and how to utilize meditation. What is meditation? A lot of times we make it too ritualistic, formal. I believe you can go into a meditative state in all kinds of situations. Laying on the couch, sitting on the couch in the car. You go into meditative states anywhere. The brain has different brainwave states, and the idea is to move your brain into a different state of awareness. It's slowing down your brain waves, which is very effective, which is what you're doing. But you're doing more than that. You're opening up your pineal gland and you're giving yourself a sense of clarity and focus and understanding the way your mind works, providing a gap between your thoughts and your emotions and actions. It gives you a level of control that you've never had before. Now, what is meditation? Meditation is generally uses a broad umbrella that covers a wide array of contemplative practices, which a lot of are drawn from Buddhist traditions, but not always, because a lot of people think it's a Buddhist thing, but it's really not. So it's secularized Western societies. There's many programs you can go to with doctors that can go to. Like doctors prescribe different meditative practices. Now, Wendy Hassenkamp of the Mind Body Institute, meditation is basically you're seeking to use the mind in specific intentional ways. If we come to the conclusion that you can create your reality through the power of your thoughts and your mind, then we want to harness the power. And the first thing you need to do is put yourself in a meditative state to get control and understanding of the way that your mind works. So let's just briefly talk about the research, what research tells us. And first of all, before I go into this, you can't really research meditation. There's an aspect of meditation that really could never be researched. It's too complicated. But we can research some things like depression, anxiety. The authors of the JAMA study said that mindfulness meditation can actually decrease depression and anxiety over 8 weeks period of time. So we've seen modern evidence, exactly what it sounds like. Results are positive using rigorous standards with large groups have shown that participants have reduced depression through a regular regimen of meditation. It's a magic thing. In 2018, this in the Medical Psychology Review assessed 324 clinical trials with over 12,000 participants with different mental and behavioral conditions. The researchers found the same conclusions. The MBIs were just as affected about their EBTs, the cognitive therapies, or antidepressants. So for people with depressants and anxieties. So basically, it's just as effective for people who take medications and different sources of therapy. It's interesting. Now, scientists believe that there's a link between mental illnesses like depression and ruminative thinking, where you revisit the same thoughts over and over and over again about yourself, like rumination. Usually you're revisiting the same thoughts about the past, the future. And so the reason the meditation works is this seems to happen in a default mode that occurs. They say that it's a default mode network that occurs in your brain in a habitual thinking process. And the brain defaults to this in certain situations, and you can break that default, which is much more powerful than a lot of medications that can oftentimes have secondary results and reactions. Now, in one intuitive theory that people have, that people can apply judgment-free thought awareness and attention directing, choosing to guide their attention back to the present moment, to their breath, while they're meditating. They're focusing on their breath, so when they focus on the breath, their mental ruts reduce. And some people claim that looking at drops of water or looking at a candle has helped pull themselves out of these ruts of thinking. So it's really illogical to think that in that case it can reduce depression. Interestingly, mindfulness has its effects not on pain and intensity, but on pain control, not how much the pain the person felt, but how they felt they coped with the pain. So you can deal with pain better than just randomly taking medication or other types of things. It's very promising. And people have even gone to see the DNA lengthened, so the psychological benefits beyond just depression and pain. People have done neuroimaging studies, but clearly there's a brain changes, and there's something called neuroplasticity, which is a brain can adapt and change regularly. And you access this neuroplasticity through meditation. They've shown that parts of the brain can thicken and increase the connectivity between different networks. By neuroimaging the brains of several patients, they found these in 2014 meta-review of 21 neuroimaging studies, and about 300 meditation practitioners found 8 brain regions that consistently displayed effects, including areas of meta-awareness, introspection, body awareness, memory, self-regulation, emotion regulation, by using meditation. And that's very promising and powerful information. But in my experience, meditation has allowed me to focus. I can accomplish tasks so much better methods, much faster. It reduces stress. You feel at peace. You feel love. It's reduced my stress substantially. It actually has healed when I was depressed, my depression's gone. It makes me to communicate more effectively. You're not as reactive. It puts that buffer. You're able to listen to what somebody says and truly listen. Instead of, a lot of times you talk to somebody, you can tell that they're not really listening. They're thinking about what they're going to say next, or they're often in their own world. But you're more present and able to listen when people say, because you're not really ego-based as much. So I've learned how to communicate, but I've also learned how to forgive myself and other people. I'm more creative. I'm more productive. I'm able to do more creative things. I'm not depressed when I do this. I can always tell when I don't do it. And when I don't do it, I'm depressed. So I didn't start really knowing how to write and art. All of that stuff comes through that portal of knowing how to soften, relax. Making music it's all about opening up the mind and letting things come through. It helps your health. It helps your heart. If you read into any Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, people have overcome cancers, it's like significant and life-threatening diseases, through a regular regimen of meditation with a specific intent of changing the way in which you think, in the pattern of thinking. Now, it can promote the health of your mind, obviously, as we've already talked about. I mean, my brain was broken only a couple months ago because I was way out of it. And it just took a moment, me get back into meditation, and immediately I'm back. So you're just sharper. It just allows you to come into terms of the real you. There's a you that you've crafted over time based on your response to the world around you. Now, what is really powerful is once you really try to get to know yourself better, you can really feel more comfortable expressing who you are and what your beliefs are. And you don't try to shape the world around you as to what other people think that they want, or you think that yourself to what you think that people want. And I truly believe that meditation gives you power. I truly, truly believe this. So I'm going to do, next week I'll do activating the pineal gland. Next week we'll do pineal gland. And the pineal gland is activated when your eyes are closed and the light is turned off. That's when the pineal gland is activated, and that's when it secretes melatonin and DMT. What is also happening is the electromagnetic pulses of the pineal gland is activated, which creates a sphere that blocks out other waves of information coming in, and you have direct access to the source of all that is. And this access to the source being an information space that is physicists have proven, and several books have been proven, that there is an absolute area of space that is within us and all around us that is information. This information field, it knows about your future, your past, about the consequences of any particular action that you've taken or take, even outside of your life that you have taken. You can access information in this field, which is actually on my podcast about the Hermetic science, magic mind. This is exactly that. It's the Akashic principle, the Akashic plane. Just like we have the Akashic body. This is actually why some people can be, we have psychics who can actually tell the future, like, because you can tap into that stuff, or intuitiveness, or you get hunches about future of your own. It's because they have an access. That's when you have a direct access to this space that is aware of all the different parallel realities of your life and other people's lives. And it literally gives you this information that you have access to, that helps you to make decisions in your life and can profoundly change your life in dramatic ways beyond anything that you can imagine. Now, there's several different kinds of meditations, and I won't be able to go through all of them. But the most common is just a concentrative meditation. And then this kind of meditation, it focuses on, where you focus on something in particular, you focus on one thing. So you focus on a candle, or to simply focus on your breath, right? So, or you use a sound or a mantra. Om Shanti. This allows you to clear your mind and gives you something to do. So a lot of people will sit and try to meditate and clear their mind, and it doesn't really work like that. What's happening with meditation, and a good analogy of this to give you is, it's like you're standing in a building with a window, and it starts to rain, and you can see the rain hitting the window, but you're not getting wet. Oh, this is cool. Now imagine what's happening with your thoughts. Your thoughts are hitting that window, but you're not getting wet, and it's giving you a separation. Sometimes we're controlled by our thoughts, and our thoughts are running through us. In many ways, we don't know whose thoughts these are. We may be accessing the thoughts people around us are thinking, or maybe they're a next door neighbor, or because thoughts are things. In this realm, we don't know. These thoughts are unimportant, and we have these thoughts, and we overwhelm us. They affect our behavior. They affect our emotions. They affect what we do. And this just gives you that little space to see the thoughts that are coming in. And one method is that commonly used is breathing. Breathing is magic. It's the most simple method to use because you can do it anytime without anything else. Breathing is effective because it affects a role in your daily life, in your well-being. And many those that practice alternative medicines like yoga, also yoga is all about breathing to maintain a correct state of mind. So I'm going to do a full day or maybe a full month talking about breathing and how breathing can change your life, and the different kinds of breathing, because breathing is entirely important. But what we're talking about now is simply something to focus on. As you begin to have thoughts that overwhelm you, you become distracted, You just come back to your breath. And sometimes pattern your breath. You can count your breath. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out, 7 seconds in, 11 seconds out. You count them. So if you feel overwhelmed or anxious, breathing itself, more than just the meditation, can calm you. And it's a tool in meditation that helps you gain control of your mind. That's what it's there for. Just by sitting and breathing. Now, there's a mindful meditation is quite unlike that of concentrative. So mindfulness is different. Mindfulness is all about the moment, focusing all of your attention on the moment, but widening it. So the best way that I can explain it is if you sit and become mindful of the moment that you're in without judging, you get just much more aware of everything around you in mindfulness meditation, including all the feelings that you have, things that you see inside yourself, outside yourself. You want to make sure that all the outside sounds, things that you want to filter out, so things that you want to focus on. It's very unique because you'll notice that your mind, you won't react to them. Instead, you're simply taking in this information and becoming mindful of the moment. And you're expanding your awareness outward. So, because you're not involved with the images and elements that are filtering through your mind, you calm down a little bit. Now, some people find mindful meditation very powerful. And it's simply just another kind of meditative state by being mindful. It gives you clarity. Now, what I've done mindfulness meditation, it's given me better clarity, awareness. There's something that people do called walking meditation, and it's very disciplined, elaborate process of focusing simply on your walking. You pay attention to your body as you walk. You should know how it feels, not just you're walking, but each part of the body feels. Focus your attention on your feet. Each foot as it hits the ground. It's very zen. And as you go towards the future with each step, it becomes a meditative walk. And if your mind begins to walk, you just bring yourself back to the movement. Very much like the breathing. It's very concentrative. Some people find this effective because they can do it while moving. And some people have a very difficult time staying still. So this one helps them. Another meditation is a transcendental meditation, which involves using a mantra of some kind, and you repeat 15 to 30 minutes that one mantra. And now it's interesting because you work closely with an instructor, like transcendental meditation. They give you a certain mantras. It's become commercialized a little bit, and I do find it's a very powerful thing, and I do recommend it. It has a magical effect. It really does. It gets the brains to certain brainwave states when you repeat a mantra over and over and over again. A particular, like whatever mantra they give you, it allows your eyes to relax and your mouth to relax, and everything relaxes. It's a very interesting idea. I've had some really great success with it. But you have to keep it up. Now, there's different mantras that you repeat. It's not Om. There's other mantras like Hu. Sometimes it's based on your age, the structure that you're talking to, how it works. So how do you meditate? What's the process to meditate? What do you recommend? Well, there's lots of ways to do it. Now, I can only tell you about when I first started. If you read the literature going back to ancient texts, people that have really experimented with meditation, the greatest success was to keep your spine straight. Now, that's hard to do for a long period of time. because a lot of people have bad posture, and it's hard to keep your spine straight for a given period of time. Now, in yoga, there's something called the lotus pose. You know, it forces you into that straightened spine state that it's very comfortable. But if you're not used to being like a posture, it's not going to be comfortable at first. So you got to learn how to stretch yourself out and get yourself into that state. So some people can't do it. They can't get into this lotus position. So you may want to start by laying down, if that's easier for you. Any way that you could start, it's all going to be beneficial. Like researchers, like Dr. Dispenza, doesn't believe that you should lay down in your bed if that's where you sleep, because we associate the bed where we're in as a place that we sleep. So a lot of times, because it's habitual, a pattern that we're firing these neurons whenever we're asleep in this bed, it puts you in a place where you're more likely to sleep during the meditation instead of being in a meditative state. And you want to be in a meditative state. It's important. Now, I did state my meditative journey. I started sitting up, actually, but I used to also do it laying down as well. You literally can do, whatever way is best for you. Meditation of any kind is better than no meditation, and that's the truth. So if you can't sit up for long periods of time, lay down. So if I could explain something to you about meditation, so just to give you some motivation, imagine that you have access to these superpowers. Now this is cool. This incredible energy that's all around you, that's all around your head, right? But you're wearing a football helmet all the time to block this out, right? And the only way that you can hold this helmet off, or pull this helmet off and access this incredible resource, is to meditate. But we walk around our whole lives not even ever accessing it. So when you get into this meditative state, you start to pull that helmet off, and once you access this, it's gonna change your life. It's very powerful. But I would say the best way to start is to, first of all, the location. What location are you meditating in? It's good to have a specific environment where you meditate every time. That's what I recommend. Find the right environment in which to meditate, which has the minimum distractions. This is very important. Try to minimize distractions as much as possible. So you pick a comfortable place where you can be alone and not be seduced by the addiction of the external world. You want it secluded. No phones on, private, easy, accessible. Go to this place every place when you meditate. It might be at the foot of your bed, or it could be a particular room in your house. Some people do like to meditate outside. If you can find a place where you feel alone and away from distractions, then that's possible. But the best thing I can say is be careful wherever you meditate that you don't get too distracted and it's not associated with something else. You want to prevent the distractions. So you want to make sure that your pets can't distract you, or your kids can't distract you, or you want to make sure you want to shut the door as much as possible. You want to eliminate as many external stimuli. If you have any noise-canceling headphones, turn them on. Just turn them on so you can turn off all the noise. If you don't want to listen to anything, if you have earplugs, that can definitely work. If you have a sleep mask to cover your eyes, that also works. It's actually even better than closing your eyes. You want to turn off the phone, turn off your computer, so you don't hear text or tweets like instant messages or emails coming in. You don't want any food or coffee, or you don't want anything around because it's going to distract you while you're meditating. You can listen to music, but don't listen to anything that associates with anything. Make sure it's meditative, trance-inducing instrumental type of music. There's two different kind of things that you're coming to grips with that might be easier for you to do a guided meditation. On future Mondays, I'm going to be giving more meditations. I'm going to provide different kinds of meditations of all kinds that you can listen to and do, and you can practice and play with. When you're beginning your meditative practices, it's easier to listen to somebody, gives you something to do. You're not having to deal with a lot of this. You can enter a lot into these brainwave states. There is a difference between hypnosis and guided meditation, and this is important. Hypnosis is a particular language that can make you more suggestible. Guided meditation can guide you into a certain direction with imagery and visualizations. And there is something powerful about doing a non-guided meditation in silence. Now, I believe that they're very, very different. And if all you've ever done is guided meditations, I recommend you spend some time in silence and simply say to yourself, I'm open and I'm receptive. Get into that flow of the moment, that it's only yours with no words. The amount of time that you meditate, if you only have 5 minutes, do 5 minutes. If you have 10 minutes, do 10 minutes. Tony Robbins spends 10 minutes, and essentially his meditation is a priming procedure every morning. It's a priming exercise. Oh, I'll do one of these Mondays. He sends out these prayers to people that he loves. He does these breathing exercises like the breath of fire. He connects through the heart, and he visualizes 3 things that he loves. And I recommend that if you've never done priming exercise by Tony Robbins, it's amazing. It's amazing. And actually, I'll lead one of these Mondays, but it's excellent, and it's a great way to start your day. It makes you feel so immensely connected to yourself and to love. It's amazing. So, anyway, so that is basically my little take on meditation. I am done for now. I'm going to go ahead and talk to you, lead again a 10-minute meditation. So if you're ready, let's do it. Okay. All right. Okay, so tell me if you hear the difference, because I don't. Maybe it's like this, maybe it's like that. Hello. Okay, so we're going to do a very short heart coherence meditation based on Dawson Church and based on the Heart Math Institute. There's this very specific technique that can be used to place your heart into coherence with the mind, so that the brain waves and the heart rate go into sync. And you can see when it happens, your intentions become more stronger, and your heart and mind become unified. It's cool. So, I want to invite you to begin. I'm going to just do this. Begin, as we do so often, by allowing us to move our attention, to shift our attention to the world around us, to the world within us. I invite you to allow your awareness to go from your thinking mind into your feeling heart. what we're about to do is to harmonize two separate organs to create a potent system. The neurons of the heart, the neurons of the brain are going to be put into the single system. So I invite you to shift your awareness for your mind and your heart. Right now, I invite you to touch your heart gently with a fingertip, with a hand, palm, as I'm doing now. Just allow your awareness to go to the place where you feel that touch. This is the secret to touching your heart. Your awareness will always automatically go to your heart. Now, I want you to slow your breathing, slower than usual. 5 to 6 seconds of the inhale. Pause. Release. Inhale. If you can continue breathing at just about that pace as we go about this process, incredible technology. With these 2 steps, we shift the awareness into our hearts, and we send a powerful signal to our bodies to slow our breathing. We tell our bodies that we are safe, that we are in a place of safety. When our body feels that sense of safety, it's like a switch that changes the chemistry to rejuvenation, to healing. This third step is the key to harmonizing the heart and the brain. With this third step, I'm inviting you to feel a feeling. Choose to feel a positive feeling. In the laboratory, researchers have found if you could feel a feeling of gratitude and appreciation, care, compassion, gratitude, appreciation, care, compassion, on this day, as we invoke those feelings within us, because we chose to feel. We chose that. On this day, it's easy to find what we can be grateful for. If you can feel the gratitude or the peace that is present, appreciate the peace that is already there, the care for our brothers and sisters, the compassion for those that are going through the process of what it means to live in peace to the best of your ability. Then, what the key to this exercise is to hold an active focus with that feeling as you breathe in your heart. Is a feeling of the breath. It's coming from the place of touch. I'm going to give us just a moment to anchor this together in silence and music with this frequency. Don't forget to breathe. doing something no other form of life on this planet can do. Conscious attention. It's so ancient. It's so primal. It's so natural. Harmonizing the heart and the brain to bring our being into resonance with the planet that we're on. Exhale for 6 seconds. Anchoring this feeling. Expanding energy field. Expanding your energy field. This field around you, generated by the power of your heart. Hold this feeling. Feed it and expand it for as long as you can. Expand that feeling of heart and mind. Open your eyes when you're ready, and welcome to the world. And have the most incredibly joyous, wonderful day. And welcome to Monday Murmurs meditation. Monday meditational murmurs. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm hoping this. I'm going to listen back to see if this worked. But all right. So I really like playing with it, but I don't know if it's actually working. So we're gonna go with it. So anyway, I just want to say thank you. It's been so wonderful to murmur with you. I don't know if I murmured the entire time, but I'm still getting used to it. I haven't started my other channel yet. I hope this works. I don't know if this is working. Why don't you guys tell me? Do you hear this? And do you hear that? I feel like a princess. Oh, hello. My name is Tanya, and I'm so happy to see you. Anyway, I hope you guys got something out of Meditation Mondays. It's here. I never get to talk about the things that I love so much, and things that I've been doing by myself for a long time. Well, but so this is kind of fun because I'm sharing things that I do by myself that I would like to share outward and not just have it just be me. So I thank you so much for being a part. Thank you for doing this. Tell me if this is right, you think. Do you like this better? Hello. 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 We're gonna learn how to do this. I wanna be Zeitgeist and Caroline equivalent. Because they're my favorite. I also like Whisper Reds. I just gotta say. Actually, all of the ASMR are just, I love it. It's so comfortable. All right, so I'm gonna say goodnight for now. Happy Monday Murmurs. I hope you enjoyed the meditation, and I hope you enjoyed your Monday. I'll see you tomorrow for Trauma Tuesday. But if you just like alliteration, I'll see you next Monday. Bye. See you.